US President Donald Trump says negotiations to end the war in Ukraine will start immediately after he spoke to both the Russian and Ukrainian leaders. Mr. Trump pointed to meetings this week in Munich to discuss the conflict and that he'd soon meet with Vladimir Putin, possibly in Saudi Arabia. The US President says progress towards an agreement on Ukraine has been made after a significant prisoner swap between Moscow and Washington.
We're on the way to getting peace. I think President Putin wants peace and President Zelensky wants peace, and I want peace. I just want to see people stop getting killed. We're very far away from that particular war, but that's a vicious war. Probably 1.5 million soldiers killed in a short period of time.
Russia launched its invasion in February 2022 after Moscow's illegal annexation of Crimea 8 years earlier. The Kremlin now occupies about 20% of Ukrainian territory. Kyiv had long sought membership of NATO to guarantee its security, but speaking at a defence summit in Brussels, the US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth issued a blunt assessment on the war and a possible outcome that's more in step with Russia's vision.
Returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective. Chasing this illusionary goal will only prolong the war and cause more suffering. A durable peace for Ukraine must include robust security guarantees to ensure that the war will not begin again. The United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement. Instead, any security guarantee must be backed by capable European and non-European troops.
The US has invested billions of dollars to help Ukraine fight Russia's advance. Donald Trump has suggested a deal could be made to keep that support going by allowing the US to invest in Ukraine's rare earth minerals, which could serve as a security shield. Mr. Zelensky says he's spoken to the US president about opportunities to achieve peace.
The conversation was long. We discussed many nuances, diplomatic, military, economic, and President Trump informed me of what Putin told him. We believe that America's power is enough to, together with us, together with all partners, pressure Russia and Putin towards peace.
Despite the diplomatic efforts, Ukrainians are dealing with the reality of war as Russia continues its shelling of the country. Officials in Kyiv say one person was killed and 4 others injured in a series of drone and missile strikes across the country. Residents say there were multiple blasts in the capital.
There was an alarm, and then after the alarm started, the explosion started. There were 3 explosions. I even felt them in the apartment because the bed moved from one place to another and the dog started to bark. It was such a big explosion that it was clearly somewhere nearby.